Dhyava Prithvi Janayan Deva Ekaha. Dhyava Prithvi Janayan Deva Ekaha. Atharva 13.2.26. 13.2.16. Not 16, 13.2.26. 26. Dhyava Prithvi Janayan Deva Ekaha. Sa Sa Esha Eka Sa Esha Eka Ekavrit Ekavrit Eka Eva Sa Esha Eka Ekavrit Eka Eva. Atharva 13.4.20. 0.4.20. Now these two pieces of Veda mantras go together. And the common factor in both the Veda mantras is that word Ekaha. Ekaha. Dhyava Prithvi Janayan Deva Ekaha Sa Esha Eka Ekavrit Eka Eva. There is an emphasis on that Eka in both. The first one, the meaning of it is, the whole world has been considered as three layers. Three layers. Prithvi Loka, Dyuloka and Antariksha. Prithvi Loka is the one where we are living, this earth. This is Prithvi Loka. And far beyond we have got that Dyuloka. That is a state of light. That is where we have got stars. And the space between is called as Antariksha. Between Prithvi and Dyuloka, what we have is called as Antariksha. Three levels we understand. Prithvi Loka, Antariksha and Dyuloka. Prithvi Loka, there is one limit. Antariksha, there is one limit. Dyuloka is infinite. Beyond. This whole creation at three levels, Janayan, Jani Pradurbhave, was established, was created by Ekaha Devaha, by one Deva. And of course, that Deva is nothing but Satchidananda, what we have been discussing. So it is one Satchidananda, which is the cause, which is the creator of these three levels, Prithvi Loka, Antariksha and Dyuloka. Sa Esha Eka, Saha Eshaha Eka, Ekaha. Saha means that, he. So the one which is responsible for this whole creation, for the establishment of systems, is that, and that is Ekaha, one. No doubt, Ekavrit, One only. Eka eva. Definitely it is one. It is one, only one, definitely one. Sayesha, Eka, Ekavrit, Eka eva. Now, with the help of different other mantras, the features or the natures or the quality of that Eka is understood. It is omnipresent, it is omniscient, it is omnipotent, and it is one and only one. This is a very, very important thing that we are supposed to know, because in the world we have seen a lot of disturbances caused by the idea that there are many gods, many goddesses. We fight over our gods. We say our God is superior, your God is inferior. My God is great, your God is not great. And in the religious field, this has been going on since eons, centuries. And still it is going on. But when we realize that the omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient God is one for all of us, a lot of such disturbances and a lot of such fights will come to an end. So knowing it is very, very important, and that is the basic thing what they have explained in the Vedas. God is one. Now we have got three entities: Sat, Sachit, Sachidananda. Sat is all inner world. Of course, the basic raw material or the Mula Prakriti is one. But it doesn't remain as one. It takes different forms depending upon the proportion of Panchabhutas in them. So the difference in the inner world, in the material world, one is not like the other. We find infinite forms. And these differences in forms is due to the proportion of Panchabhutas. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Prithvi. Of course, in the modern science, they speak of elements, 108 plus. And because of the variation in the proportion of these elements, yes, we find so many different things. That's fine. When you come to Sachit also, it is many. One Sachit is not like the other one. Everything is special and peculiar and unique by itself. And it is not one, it is many. And the reason for this being many and different is a samskara they carry, the impressions the souls carry. Every soul carries its own impressions. Because the difference in impressions, they are all different. They are not alike. Even in Siamese twins, they are not alike. Siamese twins, you know, they share the same body, partially or to a great extent. Even there, the two different souls are not alike. That is, the souls are different from one another because of their samskaras, the impressions they carry, and these impressions are carried from one birth to another birth to another birth. There are many. But when I come to Satchidananda, that many goes off. It is one and only one. And here we find in the second piece of it, that is Saha Yeshaha. Now Saha Yeshaha is in masculine gender. Now, because that saha yeshaha, that masculine gender is used, we should not get confused that God is male. God is above gender. Then why that pullinga? Why that masculine? That's the limitation of our language. In any of our languages, every noun is to be with gender, number, and case, vibhakti. Linga, vachana, vibhakti is essential for any noun that we use so that communication will be clear. So that noun is to be attached with some gender. And it's very clear in the Vedic grammar that the gender attached to the word has got nothing to do with the gender which it represents. Gender of the person or thing has no bearing on the gender of the word. Gender is to the word. That's for communication's sake. Without that, communication will be incomplete. Gender, number, and case. Similarly, if it is a verb, there we have got a tense, there also we have got the number, there we have got the person, whether it's first person, second person, or third person. Person, number, and tense is essential for a verb. That's the limitation of the language we use, whatever language it is. If these three dimensions are not there, communication becomes incomplete. So all these things are the limitations of the language we use, and it's got nothing to do with the concept, what we are conveying through the language. The concept, the idea. To understand this better, if you see other Veda mantras, in some places the same Satchidananda is referred to in feminine gender, Strilinga. Sa Vishwayuhu. Now there Sa is very clearly feminine. Saha Yeshaha, it is masculine. And in many places they refer to it as Tat, that, which is in neuter gender. So we find Satchidananda being referred to as male, female, and neuter, which ultimately results to say that it's above gender. Any gender can be used. But we cannot understand God with any gender. Now, because of confusion at this place, what has happened is, when there is Saha, yes, we imagine God as male, and when it is in Strilinga, we understand it as female, and we have created a big gallery of gods and goddesses. And you are blind to these pieces of Veda mantra. It says God is one and is above gender. This is a very, very important thing that we have to understand and overcome all the confusions. And understanding this brings about harmony between all the people around the world. You call the God by any name, that is one. My reference to God and your reference to God is the same one. You are also protected by the same, I am also protected by the same. The whole system is created by your God, which is also my God. There is one statement. The blood that has flown because of this religious disparity is more than the blood that has been shed in the two great world wars. The deaths and bloodshed is so much in the name of religion and God. It is one God, hence the religion is one. That is human religion. We are all one. Maybe because of our geographical location, there could be some changes in the physical structure. Mongoloids, Caucasians, something like that. But whatever it is, we are all such human beings. The difference is because of our samskara and maybe a little about the geographical effects. But we all belong to, I repeat, we all belong to the same species, human beings, Homo sapiens. And our religion is one, human religion, and the protector of us all is one, and that is that Satchidananda. Is enough. Just these 2 points is enough to bring about a lot of peace in the world. As long as we fight over God, as long as we fight over religion, we cannot even dream of peace in the world. It's a very big problem. And the answer for this big problem is so simple. That is to understand God as one, religion as one, human religion, and finally, that God is formless. That we find in several other mantras. That one single God is formless. Why it is formless? Or how to understand that? It's very simple. Because it encompasses the entire universe. It's so big. And at the same time, it is so subtle, it is in everything. Everything is in, and it is in everything. It is its enormity, because of which everything is in. It is because it is sukshmati sukshma, subtler than the subtlest, it is in everything. Tadantarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha. This we have discussed several times. Everything is in it, and it is in everything. These two basic properties of that Satchidananda makes it formless. When it comes to the question of form, both of these two things cannot happen. Only when it is formless, this can happen. If it's a form, it has got its own limits, it cannot hold everything in it. And because it has a form, it has to be a product of the Sat, and that Sat is not the subtlest. It cannot be in everything. Only that which is the subtlest and that which is infinite can have everything in it, can be in everything. And that is possible only when it is formless. It doesn't have any form. Now, because it doesn't have any form, another property follows, that is, we cannot experience it through our sense organs. Our sense organs fail to see God, to listen to God, to smell God, to taste God, and to touch God. Because all these things are objects of our gross sense organs. That which is gross cannot experience something which is subtler than it. It's a simple physical law, physical principle. And how do we experience God? The experience of God is beyond the sense organs, and we can experience it directly at the soul level, at the spiritual level, and that is the experience of peace and bliss. Of course, to experience that peace and bliss, the soul has to be strong and pure. That prerequisite, that condition is there. God is one, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. Everything is in it. It is in everything. And it is one, only one, definitely one. That emphasis and stress is there on that ekaha, ekaha, ekaha. And such thing is we find in different Veda mantras across all the 4 Vedas. They are very clear, very clear. And I've discussed several times that every name refers to that. Every name that you find in the Vedas regard to God refer to the same God, and the different names are there depending upon their different features, qualities. It has got infinite number of qualities, infinite features. By looking at it, we give different name. But just because names are different, just because the names are in different genders, it doesn't mean God is several and God is bound by gender. No. It is one and beyond gender. The limitation is of the language, not of the truth. So, we find one more piece of Veda mantra which goes in tune with this, that is Tvam Aditya. Tvam Aditya. Tvam Aditya. Mahan Asi. Tvam Aditya. Mahan Asi. Atharva 13 to 29. Tvam Aditya Mahan Asi 13 to 29. You are Aditya and you are great. You are the revered one. Mahapujayam. That's the root. Mahapujayam. You are the most revered. You are the most respected. And you are an Aditya. Tvam Aditya Mahanasi. Now, how do you understand Aditya? Now, this is where we find the difference between Vedic language and Sanskrit. They are not the same. In Sanskrit, Aditya is referred to sun, over. But in Vedic language, we go to the root, and from the root, we try to understand it. Aditya is the abstract noun of Aditi. Aditi's abstract noun is Aditya. Aditi, I is negative, remove it, that is Diti. Basic word. I'm working back. Aditya to Aditi to Diti, and this Diti comes from the root Do Avakhandane. Do Avakhandane. Kha is Mahaprana, Avakhandana. That which is fragmented is called Avakhandana. It's not one unit, it's fragmented, which is in pieces. That is Avakhandana. We use that Khandana. Yes, Khandana is to break up into pieces. Khandana. That is Do Avakhandane. From Do we get the word Diti, the one which is broken, which is not in one single unit. And the abstract noun of the word Diti is Daitya. Daitya we have heard. We said Daitya is a demon, is a devil, something like that. The basic reason for it is broken into pieces. That's a Daitya from Diti. Opposite of Diti is Aditi, the one which is not broken, which is one single whole. One full, not fragmented, not in pieces. One mass, one entity. And the abstract noun of it is Aditya. So this word Aditya is understood in different levels. In the spiritual level, Adhyatmika level, it is referred to that same Satchidananda, which is one. And the meaning of Aditya is being one, not fragmented, not split into pieces. It is one full entity. That one is the one what we are discussing, Eka. That Satchidananda, which is one, is called as Aditya. Not broken, not fragmented, not in pieces. And that is Mahanasi Mahapujayam, that is the one which is worthy of our reverence, worthy of our respect, worthy of our being, the one to which we can surrender. We are protected by that. Our gratitude is to that. Our love is to that. Our devotion is to that. Because it's Mahan. We don't find something which is equal to it. That equal, the word that is there in the Vedas for that equal is Prati Ma. Ma is measurement, Mang Mane. Prati Ma, that is one which is equal to it in all respects. Prati Ma. So that has come down in Sanskrit as Pratima, idol. And Vedas declare that Natasya Pratima Asti. Very clear. We don't find anything which is equal to it. It is unique and one. That is Aditya. It is one and definitely one. It is not fragmented, it is not in pieces. When it comes to Diti, which is fragmented, and this Aditya, it is referred to in the Adhidevika level as honest and dishonest people. When it comes to spiritual level, yes, it is one single God. When it is reduced to a lower level, it refers to those who are honest and dishonest. Those who are honest are referred to as Aditya. Those who are dishonest are referred to as Daitya. Daitya is not to be imagined as an ugly person with horns on the head, black, hefty. No. They're all Puranic figures and imagination. Any person who is not honest is called as a Daitya. Why? What is the difference between Daitya and Aditya? Aditya is not fragmented. The same meaning continues. Daitya, one which is fragmented, is in pieces and not in convergence. It's divergent. Aditya is convergent. Now this convergence or divergence is referred to the three things: thought, words, and actions. Now it becomes very clear. A person whose thoughts and words are the same, are in coherence, and the actions follow it in the same line, yes, such a person is called as an honest person. They are all one: thought, words, and actions. Where it is different, yes, that person is not fit to be believed, doesn't deserve to be believed, and such a person is a dishonest person. They think something, talk something, do something. They are all not in coherence. They are not convergent. They are divergent. Very simple and easy definition for honesty and dishonesty. It's very easy to understand. We know the word honesty and dishonesty, but when it comes to the definition of what is honesty and dishonesty, we fail to explain. But it is there in just single word, Aditya and Daitya. And the same root, do avakhandane. Whose personality is split, he is not honest. He cannot be believed. He cannot be relied upon. Maybe at the psychological level, the split personality is called as schizophrenia. One who is schizophrenic, we cannot depend on them, because how they behave at what time, we cannot foresee. We cannot guess. They are schizophrenic. They are mentally diseased. Sometimes they are so fine, sometimes they are so devilish. They speak something, they do something, they mean something. It's a mental disorder. And they are all Daityas. They are all Daityas. They are referred to as Daityas. They need treatment. Whereas if it's an Aditya, we have no problem at all. An Aditya is one where all the three match: words, thoughts, and actions. They are believable, they are reliable. That's why we call them as honest, reliable, noble, whatever we have got. But the ultimate meaning of it is, the essence is, their thoughts, words, and actions are convergent and they are matching. It's not a mismatch between the three. It's a beautiful matching. They are Aditya. So you can understand the word Aditya at the Adhi-Daivika level and at the Adhyatmika level. At the Adhi-Daivika level, it is honest and dishonest people. And in the Adhyatmika, it is one and only one, that is God, Satchidananda. Tam Aditya Mahan Asi. You are that Aditya, the one which is unsplit, not fragmented. And you are the one which deserves our reverence. Aditya Mahan Asi Tvam. The same concept is extended, we find in another piece of Veda mantra. Surya Atma, Surya Atma, Jagataha Tasthushaschya, Jagataha Tasthushaschya. Tasthu, there that tha is Mahaprana. Tasthuhu, Jagataha Tasthuhu, Tasthushaha cha. Tasthushaha, sha is murdhanya. Tasthushaha cha. Surya Atma Jagataha Tasthushaha cha. Tasthushascha. Surya Atma Jagatas Tasthushascha. Atharva 13 to 35. 13 to 35. Now here, the word used to refer to Satchidananda is Suryaha. So in the colloquial Sanskrit, Surya is sun. But here we go by the root. Sri Gatav. Sri Gatav is Surya. Sri Gatav. Gata is movement and change. Gati is movement and change. And it is used in transitive and intransitive. Transitive, it is the one which is the cause for all change and movement in the world at the micro and the macro level, at all levels. We find a lot of changes which is taking place continuously and a lot of movements also we find. And the cause for all these movements and change is that Surya. Srigatav. That is in the transitive sense. In the intransitive sense, the one which is the cause for all change and movement in the whole universe doesn't change, doesn't move by itself. That doesn't change, that doesn't move. That doesn't move because it has no space to move. It's omnipresent, it's in everything. For a moment, we want some space. That space is not there because it has occupied the entire space, 100%. So it cannot move. It doesn't change because it's as fresh as it was thousands of years ago now, and even after thousands of years, it doesn't change. It is the same. It is new always. It is fresh always. It is evergreen always. What is it called as? Nava. Nava is fresh, new. And it is so Nava, in such an exemplary way, it is called as Pranava, which finally results in Pranava. That's how the word Pranava has come. God is Pranava, new always, evergreen always, fresh always. Absolutely no change in it. It is the same at all times. So in the intransitive sense, Surya is Pranava. In the transitive sense, it's a cause for all changes and movements throughout the universe at all levels, micro to macro. The same thing is expressed in the other part of the Veda mantra. It says, Surya Atma. And how it happens, how it is a cause of all the changes and movements. It says Atma. Atma means continuously. The soul of it, the heart of it, the essence of it. And Atma, the root is Atasatatya Gamane. Atasatatya Gamane. Satata Gamana means Nirantara, without gap, it is continuous. So there is a cause for all these changes and movement continuously without any break. That is the essence of the whole thing. Atma. There's the soul of it, there's the heart of it. Of what? Jagataha tasthushaschya. Jagataha is Gamular Gatav, that is on the move, and tasthushaschya, it doesn't move but changes. There are the two aspects that is explained here also. Jagataha refers to that which can move, that which moves, and tasthushaha, cha tasthushaha, that is one which doesn't move but undergoes change. That's what I've been telling. We have got two things, change and movement. Change and movement. So all that moves, all that changes. For all that, there are only two things in the whole universe. Either it's moving or it's changing. One of the two. And when I speak of movement, it will be relative also. Relatively, it may move. Relatively, it may not move. But we find these two elements in everything in the universe. In every atom, we find this, change or movement. For all that is changing and for all that is moving, yes, the heart of it, the soul of it, the cause of it is that Surya. The cause of the soul is Atma. Surya Atma Jagataha Tasthushaschya. Over. The whole world is encompassed with this. The whole world, the whole universe. Either it moves or it changes. It's all subject to time. Moment and time go together. And for that moment and time, we need space. Space, time, moment. They're all different dimensions of the same thing. Where there is time, there is movement, there is change. And for that moment, we need space. So it is a combination of space, time, change, movement. And that's all described here in the form of Jagataha Tasthushaschya. Jagataha Tasthushaschya. And for all this, what is the cause? Atma, that is Surya. Through Gatav. Yes, that is the cause for all this change and movement. Surya Atma, Jagataha Tasthushaschya. And how many are there? It is one single one. Sayesha Ekavrit Eka Eva. That Surya is one. When you take it in the spiritual sense. When you take it in the Adhidaivika sense, we have got different suns in different galaxies, different systems, solar systems. For each solar system, we have got one sun, different planets revolving around it. Okay, that's astronomy. That's at the Adhidaivika level. But because we are speaking of that one single entity, we have to take it only at the spiritual level, and that is Surya, which is Satchidananda, that God. And the same for all. It's one for all. It's not several. It is perfectly monotheism. monotheism. Polytheism is not there in the Vedas. It's very clear. And of course, the truth is monotheism. One God. And monotheism is one which can bind the whole universe together, the whole world together. It's polytheism. Yes, we have got disturbances, we have got wars, fights, difference of opinions. Monotheism is one basic requirement on basic understanding, on basic realization that is required for the peace of the world. Monotheism. And it is with that one single God being formless. When form comes, that monotheism is contradicted. Monotheism and being formless go together. So one power, one great Shakti has to be understood, which is formless because it is enormous and at the same time it is the subtlest, sukshmati sukshma. That's why it cannot be with form. So these are certain basic principles and basic philosophies that we have to understand for our sake and for the sake of the world. And anything less than this, understanding these things, even at a slightly lower level, is a cause for the disturbance in world peace and harmony. Which we are seeing today, Your God is different, my God is different. We fight over. For no reason at all. Why no reason? Because there are no two gods. It's one. Unnecessarily we create a problem. Unnecessarily we look at it as different. Unnecessarily we look at it as many and cause problem, which is easily avoidable just by realizing what's the truth. And the truth is exposed here in these pieces of Veda mantra. Suryatma jagatasthushaschat. Tam aditya mahanasi. Dyava prithvi janayan deva ekaha. Sa esha eka vrut eka eva. That eka vrut and eka eva, they are emphasizing words. Emphasize very clearly, it is one and only one, don't get confused. Call it by any name, doesn't matter. You say God, it is one. My God and your God are not different. The same. Your prayers and my prayers are the same God. And what is that prayer ultimately? To be happy and harmonious, to experience bliss and peace. That's your wish, that's my wish. It's a wish of every Sachit. Every Sachit. We recognize it and we live according to it. And the whole crux of the issue is an understanding that God is one and is formless. Sayesha eka vrut eka eva. Lot of discussions are done about this Satyananda. Now all that we have to remember now. And that is the best guiding principle for world peace. Any society, anywhere in the world, at any point of time, that's truth. That's how we define truth. Truth is one which is the same for all, at all places and at all times. Yes, this is the one. The ultimate. Next one.
Sharmaji.
Ma Risha. Yes, please.
Sharmaji, Dhyava, what is the root and what is the...
Dyudito. Dyuti is light.
Oh, astu.
Stars are very bright. Maybe from here, stars are not able to give light to us because they are light years away. But when you go near it, just imagine the closest star we have got, that is the sun. That itself is so bright. During summer, if the temperature goes up, it's very, very difficult for us to live. That's the closest star that we have got. And other stars are brighter than the sun many times. And there are such infinite number of stars, we cannot count them. And that area where these stars shine, that is called as Dyuloka. Shining, Dyuditau. That area of the brightest shine. And this is Prithvi, and between them is Antariksha, intermediary space. And why we call them as Loka? Because they are visible. Lokra Darshane. So when you say Loka, it should be visible. We cannot imagine something and say it's a Loka because it's not visible. So Swarga Loka, Naraka Loka, all those things are just imagination, a piece of imagination. Because they are not visible. But Swarga is there, Naraka is there. What is it? It's not a place, but it's a condition, a state. When I'm in a happy condition, yes, that itself is Swarga, wherever I am, whenever I am. And if I'm in discomfort, that itself is Naraka. It's not a place, it is an experience. Swarga Naraka is an experience, it's a state. So things all fall in line now. Ma Rishama. Atharva 13 to 37. 13 to 37. Ma Rishama. Risha Himsayam. That's the root. Risha Himsayam. Suffering, violence is at Risha. Risha Himsayam. Ma Rishama. This Ma is prohibitive. And it's got two sides. This Ma Rishama has got two sides. One is we shall not be harmed. Ma Rishama, we shall not be harmed. We will not be subject to violence. We will not be subject to discomfort. We will not be subject to any untoward things. This is one side. The other side is we shall not be the cause of violence. That is Ahimsa. Ahimsa has got two faces. Not to cause violence and not to be a subject to violence. Ahimsaka. Ahimsaka is one word. Ahimsaka one is one who practices non-violence, who doesn't cause violence, who doesn't cause harm to any creature. He is an Ahimsaka. That is 50% of Ahimsa. The other 50% of Ahimsa is Ahimsita. Ahimsita is one who is not subject to violence. We also should not be subjected to violence, and we should not be the cause of violence. Ahimsaka plus Ahimsita is equal to Ahimsa. Now Ahimsa is complete. Now this entire thing is given in these two words, Ma Rishama. It speaks of non-violence, and that non-violence is of two folds. One not to cause, one not to be subject of violence. They are not objects of violence. That's fine. This is a good positive thinking. But how it happens? Ahimsaka is fine. I am not the cause of violence anywhere. I shall be with Maitri Bhavana, friendly nature. That is expressed in different other Veda mantras. Mitrasyama Chakshusha Sarvani Bhutani Saniche. Sarvani Bhutani, no exception. All living beings, 100%. Let them look at me with a friendly view, with a friendly heart. Mitrasyaham Chakshusha Sarvani Bhutani Samiche. I shall also look at all creatures with love and affection and friendship. So I am an Ahimsaka. I am not the cause of any violence. I am not the cause of any disturbance. Marishama. Let me not cause, let me not inflict harm on any creature. Okay, this has been explained as ahimsa throughout, but the other side we forget it. That is, we are also ahimsita. We are also not subject to violence. Let not anybody inflict violence on me, inflict harm on me. Now, how it will happen? Now, this happens only when I am strong enough. If I am weak, yes, I am subject to violence and harm. But if I am strong, it will not happen. They will look at me and say, this person is strong. Let us not disturb him. Let us not cajole him. Cajole, you know the word. Let me not cajole them. Let me be friendly with them because they are quite strong. It's better to have friendship with a strong person. If it's a weak person, yes, I may play with them. I may exploit them. But exploitation and harm is not done with reference to a strong person. When I say strong person, it doesn't mean only physical strength. It means physical strength, mental strength, and spiritual strength. If you are spiritually, physically, and mentally strong, nobody will cajole us. Nobody will harm us. Nobody will exploit us. That is, we are ahimsita. Now, this we have to achieve. Physical strength, mental strength, and more than the two, the spiritual strength. Nobody can harm us. We are free from getting harmed. Marishama. We shall not be subject to violence. When I speak of violence, yes, the whole world today is violent. The whole world is under a lot of disturbance. Wars, disturbances, exploitations. It's happening everywhere. But the basic human principle is non-violence. Not to cause harm, not to be harmed. And only that condition will make the whole world a peaceful world worthy of living. Marishama has to be our guiding principle. Not to harm, not to get harmed. Just one will not solve the problem. Okay, I will not harm, fine. But if I am harmed, yes, it causes disturbance. Both have to be satisfied. Don't harm, don't get harmed. Now, it's a beautiful guideline, but implementation of it is what is required. Unless we practice it seriously, wholeheartedly, a peaceful world will not result. Maybe during that process, we have to be very friendly with every living creature. We have to cooperate. We have to adjust. We have to accommodate. Maybe we have to sacrifice certain things also. But the result is excellent. When you do all these things, the result is world peace, where we can live peacefully and give a peaceful world to our posterity, our next generation. We can give a wonderful world. Of course, we love our children, we love our grandchildren, and what's it we are giving them? We are giving them a boiling pot. No, we have to give them a peaceful world if we really love them. So it's up to us to practice all these things. Marishama has to be our guiding principle. We have to become strong. And just because we become strong, we are not inflicting, we are not the cause for any violence. We are strong and we are friendly. As the two dimensions that is Marishama has got. I am strong. Nobody can exploit me. Nobody can disturb me. At the same time, I will also not do it. I shall be friendly, being strong. Friendly being weak is not a quality. Is an inevitability. I'm weak, I have to be friendly. No, I'm strong, still friendly. Yes, that is human nature. That's humanity. That's nobility, whatever you call it. Being strong and friendly. Marishama unfolds these two dimensions very clearly. I shall not disturb and I shall not be disturbed because of my strength. Such a thing is there in several other Vedas. Balamasi, balamai dhehi. Oh, Satyananda, you are the strongest. Give me that strength. Sahosi, Sahomai Dhehi. You are the most tolerant. Give me the tolerance. You see, having that strength and tolerance is the essence of not getting hurt. At the same time, I extend friendship to every other creature. That is the unfailing formula for world peace. Unfailing formula. It is the same for all, at all times, at all places. Every one of us, we try to become stronger and stronger and become more friendly. Fine. We create a better world for us, and we are going to gift a better world to our posterity. Marishama. Very simple, just 2 words. But when you go deep into it, yes, it is the cause for world peace. Realization of this. Okay, thank you for the day. Okay, namaste. The thoughts in the Vedas are so broad, so lofty, and so humane. That's what we have to understand when we discuss each and every mantra or the piece of the Veda mantra. And you don't find this broad outlook which can answer all the problems of the world so well in any other source of knowledge. That's why you say this is God-given. We have got different sources of knowledge, but unfortunately they are not as broad as this, as encompassing as this, all the facets of life. It considers every facet of life, and every word, every sentence, every essence of this is truth and truth alone. Okay, we shall realize and try to understand it and put it into practice in our lives as far as possible, so that at least that part of the world is peaceful. And let us wish for the spreading of such lofty ideas throughout the world for the good and well-being of the whole world. Okay, thank you.